Hey guys, it's Dom, and I'm here at my 2017 wrap-up. Alright, so 2017 is over, it is done with. I can move on, read books I want to read. I mean, I always read books I want to read, but 2018 is a time for new goals. But 2017, I thought I would wrap it up really quick because I joined BookTube like June-ish, so I don't have a lot of wrap-ups. So for this one, in the beginning, I'm going to just say some stats, and then I will tell you all the books I read. So as for stats, I have them all right here on my phone because I don't need my phone to record shit anymore, so that's great. But let's just dive right into it. So my goal this year was to read 50 books. I read 69. Insert really bad 69 joke here. I read 69 books. It would have been 70, but I'm only like halfway through Stolen by Lucy Christopher, and I didn't want to force myself to get it done, because then there's no point. I want to be enjoying the book. Also, if I keep looking off to the sides, because I have my laptop here and it's showing me everything as it's happening, I just want to make sure we're in focus and everything's going the way it should be. But I read 69 books, and from that, 7 books were for school, and I'll put like screenshot of stuff right here, or at least try to. If there's too many, I won't do it. I read 7 of these books for school, then 27 of my books had female protagonists, 60 had male protagonists, and the way I did that is some books did have multiple characters, like for example, All the Light We Cannot See. That was about 2 people, 1 boy, 1 girl, so I'm counting those both as protagonists, so that's how that's why that's not adding up to 69. Only 7 of my books were by female authors, and then the rest, 62 of them, were by males. And according to Goodreads, my shortest book is The Nightmare Before Christmas at 48 pages, and then the longest is Les Miserables at 1,400 pages. According to Goodreads, the most popular book I read was Angels and Demons by Dan Brown, and the least popular was I Was an Elephant Salesman by Pop Kuma, which is one of the books I did read for school. And then, in total, according to Goodreads, I read 21,779 pages. So that means these books that I read, even though I read a lot, they were very short. Which makes sense because 13 of them were a series of unfortunate events. I read a lot of Roald Dahl books. So that makes sense. I'm a little disappointed it's not bigger, but what can you do? So then according to Goodreads, my average length is 316 pages. Alright, so I moved to the side so I could put up new stats, and these are my ratings. So, you know, on Goodreads you can only do 1 through 5 stars. I decided to do like 0.25, 0.75 because 5 stars is just not enough for some of these books. Like, some books I read, they weren't 3-star. They were better than 3 stars, but they weren't 4-star books either. So that's why I created this, and then I'm going to do my average rating from that math. 8 of my books were 5-star reads. 3 of them were 4.75, and then 6 books were 4.5 stars. No books were 4.25. 19 books were 4 stars. 2 books were 3.75 stars. 6 books were 3.5 stars. None were 3.25 stars. 12 books were 3 stars. 1 book was 2.75. 1 book was 2.5. Nothing was 2.25. 5 books were 2 stars. 2 books were 1.5 stars. So then nothing for 1.75, skip that. And then nothing was 1.25, and then 3 books were 1 star, and my average rating is 3.52 stars. Pretty good. It was an average reading year, I guess. Mostly 4 stars, and I consider 4-star reads great. 3 stars are my good. 2 stars are like, didn't hate it, but I didn't like it either. And then 1 star is, I just despised it. And obviously 5 stars, like I thought it was amazing. So now that we have all these stats, let's go on with the actual books. I will say, when I show you the books, I'm not going to say what ratings they got. I'm going to wait for that because I'm going to make the most popular and least popular reads of 2017, and I don't want to spoil anything, so why would I do that? So without further ado, let's get started. Evicted by Matthew Desmond. The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. The Nightmare Before Christmas by Tim Burton. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by a bunch of people. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. The Leopard by Giuseppe de Lampedusa. Survival in Auschwitz by Primo Levi. Dracula by Bram Stoker. Old Yeller by Fred Gibson. Savage Sam by Fred Gibson. Mouse 1, My Father Bleeds History by Art Spiegelman. Mouse 2, And Here My Troubles Began by Art Spiegelman. The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Blindness by Jose Saramago. Winesburg, Ohio by Sherwood Anderson. The Moral Fair by Leonardo Sciascia. Room by Emma Donoghue. 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. By the time you read this, I'll be dead. I Was an Elephant Salesman by Pop Kuma. Evolution, The Making of Life. Yes, this was my textbook, and yes, you bet your ass I am including this because I read this from first page, front to back cover, okay? Stranger in a Strangeland by Robert A. Heinlein. A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut. Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. The Lost Symbol by Dan Brown. Inferno by Dan Brown. The Twits by Roald Dahl. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl, Charlie and the Glass Elevator by Roald Dahl, Danny the Champion of the World by Roald Dahl, The BFG by Roald Dahl, America by E.R. Frank, Les Miserables by Victor Hugo, Happy Face by Stephen Esmond, Night by Elie Wiesel, Dawn by Elie Wiesel, Day by Elie Wiesel, The Bad Beginning by Lemony Snicket, The Reptile Room, The Wide Window, The Miserable Mill, The Austere Academy, The Ersatz Elevator, The Vile Village, The Hostile Hospital, The Carnivorous Carnival, The Slippery Slope, The Grim Grotto, The Penultimate Peril, The End, The Beatrice Letters by Lemony Snicket, The Unauthorized Autobiography by Lemony Snicket, All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, The Night Circus by Aaron Morgenstern, We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson, The Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri, A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini, Too Far by Rich Shapiro, Full Dark No Stars by Stephen King, The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins, A Child Called It by Dave Peltzer, The Lost Boy by Dave Peltzer, A Man Named Dave by Dave Peltzer, The Privilege of Youth by Dave Peltzer. And lastly, these two books I do have, I just don't feel like getting them, so I'm just going to put a picture here. We have Real Nature by Greg Mittman, which is one of my school books, and then The Complete Tales of Hans Christian Andersen by Hans Christian Andersen. That's all I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed this video because this took a long time to make for whatever reason. I hope you guys had a great reading year for 2017. I saw that a lot of people on my Goodreads read over 100 books, so like major props to you guys because that's a goal, honestly. And that's all I got. So I hope you guys enjoyed your year and I hope you have some amazing goals for this year. Look out for my least and my most favorite books and I will see you guys later. Ciao tutti.